So, the topic that I chose to talk about, that we did talk about in Biology 182, is human impacts on the environment. The news article that I chose is titled Ozone May Be Heating the Planet More Than We Realize. And the scientific journal that supports this article is titled Stratospheric Ozone Depletion and Tropospheric Ozone Increases Drive Southern Ocean Interior Warming. In the news article titled Ozone May Be Heating the Planet More Than We Realize, researchers found that the ozone may be weakening one of Earth's most important cooling mechanisms. Earth's most important cooling mechanism is the ocean, of course, and the ozone levels have depleted greatly. So this is responsible for almost a third of the warming in ocean waters bordering Antarctica. And this photo shows how the water is melting, or the ice is melting. Going furthermore into this news article, it talks about how southern oceans play a big role in soaking up excess heat on the planet. And ozone is one of the main components of smog. So this is relating to why we should be regulating air pollution to prevent increased ozone levels. Ozone increases in lower atmospheres due to air pollution, and the changes in ozone concentration affect levels of salt and temperature in the Southern Ocean. This video that I am about to display shows how the ozone layer has depleted. Let's start from the beginning.
Every day, as the sun shines on the earth, it sends ultraviolet rays that can cause sunburn and sometimes damage our DNA. Like a sunscreen for our planet, the ozone layer absorbs most of this harmful radiation and protects us. But in the early 1980s, scientists discovered that the ozone layer was thinning over Antarctica each August and September. In 1987, nations around the world came together to fix the problem through the Montreal Protocol. The international treaty banned the production of ozone-depleting chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs. But these chemicals had been in use for decades, and they stay in the atmosphere for a long time. So it took a while to...
So going back to the presentation, that video kind of touched on how the ozone layer is depleting and how it has depleted throughout the years. And this scientific article or scientific journal that does support the news article is titled Stratospheric Ozone Depletion and Tropospheric Ozone Increases Drive Southern Ocean Interior Warming. So obviously the title does support the other title of the news article. And in this article, in this journal, it talks about the ozone changes between 1955 and 2000 have induced 30% of heat and increased 2,000 meters of the Southern Ocean. The tropospheric ozone layer has increased and the stratospheric ozone layer has depleted, and this impacts the Earth's climate system. And in this photo, it shows the UVA, UVB, and UVC rays and how they do go through the ozone layer, all but the UVC ray. Going furthermore into this scientific journal, it does talk about how they did their research through the CMIP5 and CMIP6 models that were reviewed that do talk about or do show the ozone layers. And this has proved the effect of the stratospheric ozone layer. CMIP5 and CMIP6 models imply that the tropospheric ozone increase is the main problem of the Southern Ocean warming. So these are graphs that I've sketched that show what is going on in the CMIP5 and CMIP6. With the blue, you can see how the stratospheric and tropospheric ozone has increased. CMIP6 is the stratospheric, but it is very much lower than the CMIP5 on the left side, and same for the graph on the right. And these are my works cited. Thank you.